Hiya guys, so following on from our slow cooker recipes, we're going to do another one today. So this is Cowboy Stew that I call it, because it's just random things I have around the house that your leftover food bits. So say if you've got an odd amount of burgers or sausages or meat that's left over, you can put them in here. And it's just an easy way to bulk out a meal quite cheaply as well. So I will do this for the family. Can I have 2 tins please? And it is very simple. I call it one of the bunning ingredients because you just bung everything in. So do you want to get me a can open for that one?
We've got 2 different ones. Who cares?
All we are doing is we are putting in, so usually I'll use 1 tin, but I've got a load, I'm doing a big one up tonight because there's a lot of us, and because we've got a lot that we're doing lately, we're running a lot of energy, we are.
We're sorting out our garden.
We are.
I can do it.
You do that one for me then? So what we have got is some baked beans. And obviously my slow cooker liner, guys. I love these things because it just makes it so much more easy and convenient to just put them on, and you can carry on going with these and just throw it away afterwards. No need for washing up, none of the messy bits with it. So much more convenient. So Serena is doing that for me, opening the baked beans. So in here I have some leftover frozen burgers that were an even amount, so it would cause arguments between the kids.
7.
So we're just going to cook these up a little bit so we get a bit of a crisp to them, because the girls like to have that crispy coating around their foods, such as the sausages and your burgers.
So we bung them in the slow
we bung them in the air fryer just for a bit to get them nice and a little bit of crispiness on them, and then we bung them in the slow cooker. So it is as simple as that it is. So I've got a mixture of burgers here and a few leftover sausages that I have. So I have got, 4 sausages in there, so not really enough that I could make up a meal from on its own. But pairing it with stuff like your burgers, or if you've got ham in the fridge or leftover chicken from a roast dinner, any meats you have left over you can put with the baked beans and make into a meal from this. This is why it is called the Cowboy Stew, because you are throwing everything that is left over into it you can. So Serena is just finishing off doing the baked beans for me, putting the other tin in. How are we going with the can opener?
Nearly done.
Nearly done. So Serena knows how to use the ones to do the air fryer, so I'll leave that to her.
Done.
Thank you. Do you want to go put them ones in the air fryer?
Right, I think
No, you're all good.
Yeah.
Well, then you go put them in the air fryer for me. So it is literally a bung in everything kind of thing.
No.
You're all good, don't worry. So we have got in there 2 cans of baked beans, and then what I'm going to add to this, just to give it a little bit of kick, is I'm going to add, you can have, if you've got brown sauce, you can use brown sauce, or if you've got Marmite.
Or barbecue sauce.
Serena knows me too well. We are going to be using barbecue sauce for this one.
Although I don't like it by itself with chips, I like it in Cowboy Stew.
The girls would normally not have the barbecue one on its own, but we just put a squirt of barbecue sauce in it.
I've got 15 to 20, so that's a lot more.
So just put it in for a bit. We only need it in for about just under 10 minutes really. We just want that coating on it so it's a bit crisp, we do. So should we just 10 minutes for me? Brilliant. And whilst that's going on,
might be a little quiet. It's not that.
So all it is doing that crisp on it. So whilst that's working, can you go get me the potatoes from the utility? We are going to make our topping for it. So the potatoes, you can do what you want with them. You can slice them or you can dice them on top. But I like dicing them, putting them on top afterwards. And then near the end of the cooking one, I'll put some grated cheese on the top of it. So it goes like a corned beef hash bit on top of it. and it tastes amazing, guys.
This potato is trying to be a different vegetable.
It's trying to be a different vegetable, is it?
Can you want me to wash them?
Where's our peeler gone? It's on the side there.
I'll pull it.
If you go get me a knife, please. So, at the minute we are finding it really quite easy to find potatoes. And what we do is you just peeling the skin off of it. So
Want me to continue?
you could do the other one afterwards whilst I'm cutting this one, yeah?
Yeah, that was the idea.
So you can easily just go, or with this one, I'm going to dice these just because I like that texture with the dicing of them. So you can use that one, Serena, for me, and I'll come over this guy. So we're just going to...
This is an awkward shaped potato.
What we're just going to do is dice them into cubes. So little cubes that size, not that big kind of thing we do. And what I do to just try and help with that starch on it, because they are really quite starchy, I find, potatoes.
And I can't really have starch.
My layer really can't cope with the amount of starch that's on them.
Oopsie.
Oopsie. We just try and reduce that by putting them in some water and rinsing them through. So it's something so simple with it, but it does help get rid of some of that starch, it does.
And it makes a lot of a difference when you have a childlike layer.
It does. So I like the crispiness of this, and literally you can
I'm not
prepare
that good at it.
this in the morning and just leave it on and just let it do its thing. This is why I like slow cookers, because you can just
Bring it
morning
in and wait.
If you say you get up a few minutes early before the kids and you've got a spare 10 minutes at all, you slow cooker, put your liner in. You can use anything in your slow cookers. I have done a full roast in a slow cooker before. With this one,
She does really good beef, if I remember it.
I do like using beef, and I do like using gammon. So
Gammon it is, you add the
I will
clove.
see if we can do a gammon one at some point. But literally all we've got in there is baked beans, some brown sauce, and we're just going to bung in our meat, and then we cover it with our potatoes. It is literally that simple.
Help.
And
I'll dice it.
what we do then is just put it on. So depending on what time of day you do it. So say, because for us, we want it for tonight, we can put it on a low heat, and we can just leave it till it's ready to cook. Now, usually with any kind of slow cooker ones, if you have it on high, it needs a minimum of about 2.5 to 3 hours, it will, on a high. But it is worth it, guys, having that time with it. Especially if you have meat fodlets in it, because it does break down the meat and make it so juicy, it does. Can you get me a bowl, please, so I can put the potatoes in? So we can give them a quick rinse. And it is literally that simple, guys. This takes us less than 10 minutes. And
That's something a lot like you're saying Texas.
Texas. It is a bit of a Texas meal, this one is. I do love it for that reason. I love all the different things you can do with this. So if you have...
At the moment, if you're in Texas, you're in lucky because of the heat.
If you have got small little cans of stuff, you can put that in here as well. So if you've got some sweet corn, you can put some sweet corn in it. You can put a mixture of whatever you want in it.
Mummy, show them the water. The water is looking horrid.
It is, yeah.
It's because of all the starch.
Do you want to go see if the burgers have got that crispiness going to them now?
Okay.
So Serena is very confident in the kitchen, as you can tell, because Serena does a load of cooking, and we encourage her to cook and doing stuff on her own with it, because she is very independent with it. Have you got the coating on it? On some of them? That's fine. So
just getting the coat.
what I'm going to do is lift them. If you can see all that cloudiness, that is all the starch that has come off them potatoes. And it's just something so easy, I find, and it does actually make it so they get a bit crispier if you dry them off afterwards. So you want to get a small plate and you can pass me the burgers?
Okay.
So our burgers are done, so we're going to move these out of the way. And we're going to cut. Do you want to get a thing for me? And all we're doing is cutting up the food and just throwing it in. So I am going to put my slow cooker on. I've got it on a low at the minute, so that it's going to be ready for evening meal for tonight.
Okay.
I've washed our
only the
potatoes.
That's actually really starch. Now you see why Lair does not like the starch. It makes a jelly fat.
So all we're doing is just, we've got a bit of a crisp to one side we have. We're just cutting it up into squares we are.
I wish I could eat it, but then they're still technically raw.
They are, so these bits, it is still raw meat, guys. So you are going to have to handle it with care, making sure the kids aren't going to eat it at this point. So what we've got is our crispiness going on it. So it's not cooked all the way through, and we're just bunning it straight into our pot.
Another bite, Mummy.
And then all we're doing afterwards is dry your potatoes and put it on. It is as simple as that. You are just putting everything into one pot and not worrying about it for the rest of the day, which is really good at the minute because it means you can do other things. So have fun with your cowboy stews. I would love to see how you get on with them, and we'll do another slow cook recipe soon, guys. Bye.
Come on then. Who's doing it? Who's walking?